Congressman, I know that there have been some threats against you and your family. We're glad you're safe. How are things going?
Going well. Thanks to the local law enforcement agencies here. They put on those uniforms every day and protect the community and our rights. And then also, Capitol Police has been very responsive, and the security officials at the House have been very responsive to these claims and some of these threats, and they've been investigating them. We have found some pretty interesting characters. I know Paul Gosar has as well, as we face some of these threats. But sad to say that this has become too frequent, far too frequent.
Two things at work here. One is your challenging of the vote in Arizona. I know that that's made some people very angry, but the other is accusations against you that you were a part of the casing of the Capitol, that you were giving reconnaissance tours to some of the rioters. Any truth to any of that?
No, absolutely not. And that's what's so irresponsible is that, don't forget that we just passed rules that said you can't make those kind of irresponsible statements. But I mean, Mikey Sherrill, I don't know if she's new or what, but Capitol tours have been, we haven't given any for months. No office has because of the COVID. We've basically prohibited Capitol tours, and by the way, Mike, don't. What she said was specifically on January 5th. Of course, I know where exactly I was on January 5th. I had a series of meetings, and then I was home with my family. And then the second thing is, once that proved not to be, she couldn't prove that. They then expanded it and say several days before, and they can't prove that either. I mean, there's videotape, for Pete's sakes, all over the Capitol. They can't prove that, so now they're saying, well, since November 3rd now. So it's absolutely untrue, and it's grossly irresponsible, and it's inflammatory, and it basically does what they claim President Trump did. It incites people to respond in violent ways.
There's a difference between an official tour and then showing somebody around, and we know that that it still happens that people are shown around the Capitol, but it's not an official tour. We understand because of COVID those aren't happening. But there's no way that there's any evidence or any video of you showing around anybody that ended up at that protest.
No, absolutely not, because I didn't. I mean, Mike, I simply did not do that thing, and I didn't. I haven't taken anybody on a tour of the Capitol in I don't know how many months. But look, I was busy getting ready for the debate that was going to take place on January 6th anyway. And so I don't even know where she gets it. Some of us have conjectured that maybe she saw some of the new members taking family out and around, and she assumed that was, but that's what they were doing. She put a nefarious purpose on them. But the bottom line is, it didn't happen. There's no evidence that anybody did anything like that. And for her to say that, and for these 30 members of Congress on the other side of the aisle to say such a thing, it's absolutely, it's irresponsible, and it's untrue, and it's slanderous and defamatory. So that's just where we are, Mike.
Are the threats against you and Congressman Gosar because of the tours and this accusation, or are they more about the challenge to the vote?
Well, we're not sure. They just all the stuff kind of started coming the same time. We think it was because we objected to the counting of electoral votes. That was the first basis, I thought. Then the Democrats have continued to just try to inflame this with everything, all kinds of baseless accusations being made.
The American Thinker published a retraction and said that they have falsely accused U.S. Dominion Incorporated, Dominion Voting Systems Incorporated, Dominion Voting Systems Corporation collectively of conspiring to steal the election. They have retracted everything they said, saying it was patently false, that there is no proof that Dominion did anything like that. Does that change your mind about what was said? I had the governor in studio last week, and he defended the vote in Arizona. He said there's other places in the country where there are some suspicious things that happened, but he believed that the vote in Arizona needed to be certified. Do you still believe that it shouldn't have been?
Yeah, I still do, and I'll tell you why, Mike. The first thing is Article 2 of the Constitution says that the state legislature determines the manner of choosing the electors. Well, the federal district court, I don't want to get too much into it. I'll try to give this real quickly. Federal district court and federal appellate court said the voter registration deadline in Arizona was set up statutorily and constitutionally fine. There's no issue to that. And then they went ahead and gave 10 additional days, which as many as 36,000, 37,000 people were able to register to vote and participate in our election. That in and of itself is a violation of Article 2. And that warrants an what I would say I've always asked for is an independent forensic audit. For 2 months I've asked for that. It's not setting the election aside or anything else. I'm asking for an audit to check the election integrity. If our election was perfect, then I think you'd be a hero just showing you our election worked just perfectly. If there were flaws or anomalies, and I have a whole set of other anomalies, and I presented those to the Congress, but if there were, then let's find that out too, so we know how to make corrections. Because right now, Mike, you have a majority of Americans, including in a bipartisan way, that think that there was something wrong with the elections. And if you want to have a solid constitutional republic, the number one institution you have to protect is the election. And so I've always asked for, let's just do the audit in Arizona. If we have flaws, let's fix them. Let's find out what happened. And it's just real simple. It would only take seriously a couple of days to actually get at it and do this type of thing.